This is Super Kelly Brothers Podcast, episode 189 for the 4th of December. My name is Sloan Kelly.
My name is Jody Kelly.
And welcome back. Welcome back, everyone.
Welcome, everyone.
Thanks very much, James, who stepped in last week.
He's a star.
And took the rightmost screen position, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess we'll go with that one. But yeah, you're back. But yes, thank you, James, for stepping in. At such short notice as well, because we could have asked him on Saturday night. And he was like, yeah, it's fine.
Put the Baker signal up.
We did. We put the
Shone it in the sky. And he's like that.
It's a mince pie.
Yeah. Taste him.
Yep. Said, you can come on, you can talk about everything everywhere all at once. And he went, okay then.
Okay then.
So we chatted about that. Spoiler alert for those of you who didn't watch last week. We both didn't like it.
Did you know?
No.
I never watched last week. I watched some of last week's. So I did.
You should watch the What's Watching, because that was quite interesting.
That was a bit I did watch, though. Because you were talking about Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special and stuff.
We did, yeah. We did.
You were debating whether it was Groot or not. It is Groot.
It isn't Groot. It's Groot's son.
Son of Groot.
Son of Groot.
The root of Groot.
Groot's root.
Groot root. You see about that?
Yeah.
A bit of Groot root.
So apparently it's a sapling from Groot. It's not actually Groot himself.
But
the thing is his entire species says that, though. I am Groot.
Do they?
Yeah.
Though?
Yes.
Prove it.
I can't prove it. I'm not a big Guardians of the Galaxy fan. I mean, I like the shows. I like the movies. But I haven't read any of the books.
No, neither have I. But yeah, I'm not going to get into that depth. I've not done that with Star Wars either.
No, neither have I.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that.
No. So how was your week? You started it off with Genesis. Well, not Genesis, but Regenesis. This is where we lose people.
I know. Anyway, I was at a gig. It doesn't matter. I was at a gig last week, so I missed it.
You had much time, and it was good fun.
That was great. Yeah. I took Jay with me, my son, your nephew, and he wasn't as keen.
I wonder why.
I know. To be fair, though, some of the songs do sound like all instruments have fell on the ground. You know, if you don't know what you're listening to, and it
it's like a cacophony of sound rather than anything else.
It can be.
Yeah,
I loved it. I lapped it up.
That's good. Well, I'm glad you had a good time then.
Yeah.
Shall we dive in? We've got a few trailers to.
Oh God, yeah. We've got a lot to get through.
We have got a lot to get through, and we're at pi minutes in 3.14. Yeah. So let's crack on, shall we?
Minutes.
Sad news from the world of entertainment. I'm afraid we're going to start off with sad news again.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry about this, but Christine McVie has passed age 79. Why is this at the bottom of the page? Age 79. The one of three songwriters, I think, with I mean, John McVie did a couple of things. He did The Chain, notably, but most of the big hits. I'll say most of the big hits were the big three, which was Christine McVie, Stevie Nicks, and Lindsey Buckingham. Those are the ones that made the big, massive hits.
Aye, John McVie did that bass bit at the end, I think. He didn't write the song, though.
Yeah, he did the Rally Cross, whatever it was that they used to use for the BBC.
I mean, Christine McVie, I think, wrote a great deal of the ones that were a lot of the ones that were famous, most famous, didn't she? Really,
Little Lies, Everywhere, Don't Stop,
Songbird,
Say You Love Me, Songbird, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I mean,
she was Love and Fun.
Yep. So all of these classic songs, and then you add Stevie Nicks and Lindsey Buckingham.
I know.
I mean, who? I mean, it's just a match made in heaven for it's a hit factory right there.
Right. Here's a question. Right?
Yes.
Who did you prefer, Stevie or Lindsay? No, Christine.
I was never really a fan of Christine singing, I'm afraid. I was always in Camp Stevie, I'm afraid. But as a songwriter, she was fantastic.
Yeah.
But again, so Stevie. So I mean, Stevie had she had I don't know. I always preferred Stevie. I always thought. Here we go off topic again. I always thought I liked her songwriting, but I wasn't particularly enamored with her voice. I always thought it was kind of a bit weak compared to Stevie's.
I did until, well, I think Stevie Nicks has got a better voice, I think, but Christine McVie's voice is very unique, you know?
Yeah.
And I've heard a lot of her stuff lately, and I used to think that, but I don't really think that when I was listening to her lately.
It's kind of wistful, I think, is her things,
Mm-hmm.
is her approach to singing, and it's fine. It's like I don't go, oh god, it's a Christine McVie song because it's it's a Fleetwood Mac song, so I'm turning it up.
Yeah. Did you ever see the documentary about Fleetwood Mac and it's talking about all their kind of relationships?
Don't leave or get out or something. It's called. What's it called?
It's I don't know, but it was when Lindsay Buckingham came back into the frame after being out in the wilderness.
Yeah.
And John McVie does not finish a sentence in that documentary.
Really?
He is the drink has taken its toll.
Oh dear.
Basically, he's like he's
also an Arsenal fan as well.
Oh, so he is.
There you go. Lindsay always looking happy.
Yeah.
Why have I lost you?
It says your browser has lost connection to your camera. Make sure you have the right camera selected.
Oh, that's not good.
Can you hear me?
At least we'll still get sound, so that's okay.
Oh no, it's why is it?
I don't know. Have you tried plugging it in? Have you tried turning it off and on? Have you tried unplugging it and plugging it back in again? See if that takes. But then you need to go into the settings and all that kind of stuff for StreamYard.
2 seconds.
A little bit behind baseball here. Sorry,
I've never had this before.
Never had this before. Oh no, Jody's gone. Well, he's been disconnected, so I'm gonna have to talk. I'm gonna have to fumble my way through this. So anyway, so yeah, Christy McVie, 79. I don't think they've released what happened, but she died peacefully in at hospital in the company of her family. A statement for the songwriter said. So sad news indeed. But yeah, more news to follow. Hopefully, as long as Jody can connect his devices. It always happens on a live program. This, and of course, Jody has now gone. So if you get any comments below, let us know. Here he is. He's back.
What the heck happened there?
I don't know. I managed to stumble my way through that.
I saw you.
Hopefully, no one noticed.
I could see you.
Did you see the sweat pouring off my forehead?
Grasping for anything. See when that happens to me, though, I'm like, oh god.
Well, the thing is, I don't want to go. Do you know what we should do? We should have like a solo story that we could do where either one of us can take it on and just talk through it. Because I want to move on to the next story, which is
I don't know what happened there. Sorry about that, folks.
Also pretty terrible. Because obviously the families of Sandy Hook are not going to get the money. This is what he's aiming for here. I think is Alex Jones is now filed for bankruptcy. His company, Freedom Media or something. What was it called? They've all got these weird names. Free Speech Systems. That was what it was called. Yeah. That's already filed for bankruptcy. That's a 48-year-old man there.
By the way, that's a particularly good picture of him.
I know. Alex Jones. Do you remember when he was all about UFOs and the Bilderbergs and all that kind of stuff? Yeah. And it was quite amusing. And now
it's funny though because some of the stuff he talks about is actually turns out to be true, right? But it's the way he goes on now. He's like
obviously the Sandy Hook thing was completely and utterly wrong. Should point that out.
his banging on that it was
His
fake
take
and
on
all
about it,
that.
there was
I
fake,
mean,
yeah.
unbelievable. And
How
you know,
he thought that line was going to tack well.
all the families that you know, the
Have
victims and
been
all that.
severely affected by this, because I mean, losing any relation is bad. Losing a child is a billion times worse.
Yeah, I mean, honestly.
And
So
to go
he's
after this poor people.
yeah, and it's quite right. You know, I felt as if he was going this direction. This kind of is people are going to catch up with him eventually. You can't just say stuff
No, you
and get away
can't.
with it, you know. And
No.
he's been saying a lot of stuff and getting away with it for too long
Yeah.
about that. But some of the stuff he does, some of the things he has said in the past have been there's been slight truths to it, but he kind of takes them off.
But
To a tangent.
it's the taking off into the tangent and the straw man arguments and all these kind of things, and it's kind of led him down this path.
Yeah.
And I think I don't want to turn him out that he's the victim of it, but he's kind of a victim of his own success. Is that the more outrageous he gets, the more people will then pay him to subscribe to Infowars or whatever it is, or the pills that you put in the water to make it better.
I think he's done completely though, because he's been flung off Twitter, he's been flung off YouTube, he had his own thing going. Now he can't finance anything like that. Who's going to finance that? Is Joe Rogan going to jump in and pay off?
No, I wouldn't.
I don't think
no.
their friendships it's a bit of a shaky peg as well. When you see him the last time he was on,
I think he's still friends with Alex Jones, the man, but I don't know if he's friends with Alex Jones, the whatever
the beast
public persona thing is here.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's not looking good for Alex Jones.
What is it? He's
$1 billion
sued, but almost $1 billion.
1.5 billion. 1.2 billion pounds, which is actually
it's more than $1 billion then.
£1,000. Yeah, 1.5 billion for falsely claiming 2012. That was 10 years ago. My God. Pay damages to the families of the victims of Sandy Hook shooting following a series of defamation trials earlier this year. Most notable came in October when the jury ordered him to pay almost $1 billion following a trial in Connecticut. He's not commented on the filing.
Did you see any of the court footage though? When he's like, will you? The lawyer's like, will you apologise to all the victims and all the families?
I have.
And he's like, I already have. I'm not apologising to you. That is not the attitude you're in court.
I know.
Do you know what I mean?
I know. It's like, you have to eat a metric ton of humble pie.
Absolutely.
You've screwed up royally, and you need to eat humble pie.
That's not the way to go.
Yeah.
But
the thing is, if he doesn't do that, his base, as they call them, are going to go against him. He's not going to get any money. That's what he's thinking in his head as well. Is like that's the beast that he's made for himself. Is he has to, because he was at the January 6th stuff as well. He's kind of intertwined with that. He says he wasn't in the Capitol building at the time, but he was on the ground. He was there when it happened. Pretty sure he was there.
That was a crazy time.
That was a crazy time.
I don't know if you saw the documentary about that. I think it's on Netflix. It was on BBC anyway. Storm the Capitol or something. I don't know.
Yeah, Alex Jones's texts have been turned over to the January 6th committee. So this is another thing that's coming down as well. Is the text that he sent out. So approximately 2 years worth of text messages sent and received. Well, that was the other thing as well. Did his defense not give the prosecution entire access to all his texts?
Yeah.
But they didn't.
And then he's denying about texts that he sent, and then and the lawyer's like, "No, we've got the texts here. We were given them." Like, oh no, really? Screwed.
Yeah, absolutely. This is the classic deposition backdrop.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know if you've ever seen these things, but they always have these backdrops.
I saw the last person I saw with that backdrop was
Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah.
It was a kind of bluer color than that, but yeah, it was the same
He was another
marble
brazen,
cloud thing.
absolutely brazen guy.
I know.
Epstein, when you saw him getting,
Yeah,
talking.
nobody
Wow,
can touch me
these guys are like
type thing.
unbelievable.
I know.
Yeah, untouchable. But no, they're all
But
coming down one by one.
and yet, but touchable.
Well,
Let's
yeah.
move. Let's move on to something a little bit more frothy and lightweight.
Yeah, that's two really upsetting
Yeah, it
stories.
is. Yeah. Star Wars movie. I don't know why Taika Waititi's on the left-hand side there, but apparently the Star Wars movie is rumored to begin. Rumored to begin pre-production in spring at Pinewood Studios.
Well, the reason why he's there is because nobody knows who's the director, who
Yeah,
there's pre-production, but nothing's been announced. Who's the owner of the whose ball it is?
yeah.
Could it be Taika's film? I doubt it.
Is that Damon Lindelof?
I think it's going to be him, who was obviously Game of Thrones
Yeah,
guy. I think it's his. I don't think it's Taika's.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not convinced because I mean, Disney's probably thinking to themselves, Love and Thunder didn't do as well as it was should have done, and generally they blame the director for that.
Yeah, and Taika's already directed Star Wars. Don't forget.
Yep, he did the last
Mando.
episode of Mando, season 2,
Season 1.
season 1.
I don't think he did any in season 2. I could be wrong.
No, I think you're right.
Did he not do 2 in season 1?
He might have done the last 2 episodes, like the back-to-back episodes on Navarro.
He did the Scout Trooper Punchy. That was his episode.
Yeah,
Was that the finale?
That was the finale. Yeah.
Aye.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. With IG-11
Yeah.
speeding through the town. What a scene, though.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, it's pretty wild, the Punch and Grogu scene.
Mm-hmm.
But apart from that was a great, brilliantly directed episode.
Yeah.
Jojo Rabbit as well. He's proven that he can do. He can mix the comedy with the drama.
And he does it well in Jojo Rabbit. It's really good.
He does it brilliantly.
Yeah.
It's perfect. That's a 10 out of 10 film for me.
I think it's one of these, like, when you look at Hitler's uniform in Jojo Rabbit and you see it's getting worse and worse as the movie progresses, and the little kid is wearing less and less of the brown shirt uniforms and more civilian stuff. You've got this nice, like, it's not said in the movie, and I love that. It's like you can see where this is going. The foreshadowing as well with his mum up on the riser at the canal, and he's eye level with the shoes. Because then when you do see it, there's much more of an impact there.
Oh my god!
It's like it's all of this is just, it's great story. It's great storytelling. It's great visual storytelling as well, and he's really good at it. But he just needs to dial back to funky comedy.
Everyone's scared that he's going to do a Love and Thunder on Star Wars.
Yeah,
and I enjoyed Love and Thunder, but I know what people mean.
I didn't think the goats was a bad idea. I thought they were hilarious.
I thought that was going to annoy the hell out of me, but
oh yeah,
it was actually actually all right.
I thought that was that and the love story between Thor and his hammer.
Yeah,
I thought that was going to great.
Yeah.
Didn't.
No, I know.
So I mean, maybe we're wrong. We're wrong. Maybe we don't. We can stand more comedy in our stuff.
Yeah, and it depends how we've had a really serious show with Andor, that really showed how it's done, didn't it? Really.
Yeah.
But it did lack humor, and it did lack the kind of Star Wars swashbuckle kind of element.
There was no humor in Andor.
No,
not a bad thing, and I don't think it should be introduced, because the thing is that Taika can write comedy, and like serious dramatists can't write comedy. Like it just doesn't work unless you have a funny, like they always say that if you're making a video game and you want to like put jokes and stuff in it, don't, because you're not a comedian.
Yeah.
And I think I think that works as well when you've got a serious message to come across. Is don't put jokes in it because it just falls flat.
Yeah.
It's not.
I mean,
It's not going to work
you've
well.
basically got the yin and yang here. You've got the Taika, you'll get the colourful comedy thing, and the Game of Thrones guy is going to be the really heavy, deep, Star Wars that I like personally. I do. I enjoy that, and I like mysterious stuff in Star Wars. And Andor for me was like just this.
I know.
They made that for us. You know what I mean? Because that's just we love it, and it's just amazing that we've got that in Star Wars now.
I know.
And to see how it's done, and
but
it really flags up though when things are not done well, like we'll talk about later. And you're like, I've just watched Andor.
Yeah.
And then you're comparing it to,
That I know exactly what you're talking about, and that's exactly what I was thinking as well.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing I like about Andor is that story can exist in the same universe as the Book of Boba Fett and the Mandalorian and whatever Taika eventually comes up with. It's fine because I love the fact that we're going back to that universe. Like it's the same thing as Blade Runner, like the Blade Runner 2039, whatever it was, the remake, soft reboot, whatever it was, the Ryan Gosling one. It was great to go back to that universe and have another story told inside that universe. It doesn't have to necessarily be like a remake. Like I think that's where the sequel trilogy failed, is they felt that they had to compete with the original trilogy.
I'll tell you where it failed. It didn't respect the material, and Blade Runner 100% respected the original material. I reckon that's a massive one.
I always think these things fail when the writer, the director, whatever it is, has been told about the work that they're basing it on by someone who's viewed that work through a keyhole and is then relaying it back to them.
Yeah.
And so it's like this broken telephone thing of it. Like, I'll give an example where they did it really well. I would argue that the Rock Jumanji movies are way better than the original Jumanji movies. We couldn't have had the Rock movies without the original Jumanji movies, but they are magnitudes better, I think, compared to the original one. But I mean, we had the Zathura one as well, which is great.
It was brilliant. Directed by
some guy. He went on to do some Star Wars. I don't know what it was.
Mr. Favreau.
Iron Man.
Well, that's the thing I was going to say though as well. I know what you're talking about. You're saying that when it's not been a success, the creators have basically went, "All right, this is Star Wars, so we'll do it Star Warsy and stuff." But whereas Mandalorian, they went to the original source material of Jumbo, whatever it's called,
Yojimbo,
all the samurai movies and the sort of spaghetti western stuff that it's all based on.
Yeah.
So they won.
Yes.
They got it. They got it.
Well, that's the thing, is that they went and did the whole, the lone wolf and the cub, all that trope, which basically is the samurai movies and the cowboy movies. Like they were like the Beatles and the Beach Boys trying to outdo each other. Similar kind of track, and you're right. They went right back to that. They cut it right back to they basically got rid of all the varnish and the veneer and all that kind of stuff, stripped it right back to the wood and went, okay, this is our foundation. How do we build up from there? And that's why the Mandalorian works, is because it's a tale as old as time. It's it's that trope, that archetype of a story.
Aye. Instead of going, right, guys, how do we Star Warsify this?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
By looking at the Star Wars movies, you don't look at that. You look at the origin.
It's weird because I always thought watching the Mandalorian, when the Mandalorian came out, I thought, God, this is exactly what level 1313 should have been, and it isn't.
No, it's not.
Andor is closer to level 1313, but Mando is the sort of like the I don't want to say the kid version of it, but it's like a younger audience can appreciate the Mandalorian a little bit better than Andor. Like they're not going to get Andor with the subtleties and the penny pinching bureaucrats of the ISB. They're not going to get it, but they'll get the Mandalorian.
Yeah. You don't get instant gratification with Andor. You get rewarded
the payoff's so good.
Yeah.
Talking of Mandalorian, you're gonna love this. He's back.
He's back.
He's back. March 3rd. March 1st, sorry. Season 3.
Can't come soon enough.
And then he's got a little light. So this is very similar colouring to the Mandalorians. We saw this in the trailer. Pardon me, his bassinet's very similar colouring. It's even got the little light thing on it as well, which we've seen in a clip as well. He's got a little torch to light the way. Or sorry, flashlight is the saying. Merca. Mandalorian and Grogu return March 1st only on Disney Plus. There you go.
To think as well, Grogu was going to be out of it.
Grogu.
It was, season 2, you get handed back.
Yeah.
And then by Boba Fett, I think they inserted those episodes to fix that. And you go, wait a minute, why are you getting rid of the... That night? What are you doing? You get Danny here with he's getting ready for his bed. Oh no, he's not. He's just showing me the time. All right, okay. Right. I'm live on YouTube here, by the way.
Did you explain to me you have a big clock behind you?
No. Yeah, I know. I can't. It's behind me though.
Oh, that's
true. The front. Anyway. Are you the only person watching? All right. Right, turn that volume down.
Oh, sorry.
I hate it when we get hecklers.
I know. It's nothing worse.
Yeah. Right, night. I'm looking forward to this 3rd of March. Can't wait. It's going to be fab. I think the trailers look much more cinematic than we've had. I mean,
so he's going back to Mandalore, isn't he?
He is.
That's the kind of story arc of this show.
Yeah, he's got like got a fountain he's got to go to try and.
Aye, it's when they mentioned about the fountains and all that kind of stuff. I'm like, that's like Foundation, where they've got to go and they basically go into this spa thing, like the Blue Lagoon in Iceland. You go into this like spa thing in there, and you have this vision, but you've got to do like a 14-day trek down to get to it first of all, and then you go in there and you get your vision, and then it's like that's your purpose in life.
I didn't do that when I went to the Blue Lagoon.
No, that's not in the Blue Lagoon. I'm just saying it's the same thing in Foundation as you go into this like spa thing, and you get a vision, and then that's your purpose in life.
I went to the other Blue Lagoon.
Fish and chips
last week, yeah, rotten by the way, absolutely
was
rotten.
It?
Yeah,
I've not had a Blue Lagoon in ages. That I don't know what fish and chip shop we went to in Troon, but that was really nice. We went down last time.
That was just our local one round the corner.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure, wasn't it?
Good. Yeah, I think it was. Yeah.
Shout out to the Muirhead Chippy.
Yeah.
Yo.
It was good.
Was good.
I had the sausage supper. It was very nice.
It's actually
determined to have a sausage supper.
It's actually changed. It's welcome to Fish and Chip Chop.
Chippies of the west coast of Scotland.
Chippy Chat.
There you go.
Nice. It's changed. It's got all sorts of stuff in it now. You can get pizza and everything. It's magic.
Oh, cool. So it's kind of like a 3-in-1 or a 4-in-1.
Yeah, it is. It's great. Munchie boxes and all that.
Nice. Bento boxes?
Munchie deer.
Not bento, no.
What'd you go me?
Bento is sushi. It's like you get sushi boxes.
Okay. No.
Okay.
Well, James is a fan. Like James goes. He knows. He knows the score.
Yeah. Sorry. Score. Yes.
Yeah. There you go.
And then finally, for news, woman there wearing an Oculus Rift. I'm only kidding. She's got her phone right up against her eyes there for some reason.
What the hell? Why?
Apparently, Bob Iger got rushed by his wife, Willow Bay. What a great name.
Huh.
That's a fantastic name. Anyway, rushed by his he went there incognito.
Dressed as Bob Iger.
Dressed as Bob Iger. Mm-hmm. They'll never get him. I'm assuming if he'd gone dressed as Bob Chapek, they'd thrown Rotten Tomatoes at him.
Jeez.
Yeah, so freshly minted CEO Bob Iger went to Disneyland. I'm assuming to go on the teacups ride or something. I don't know.
Well, it's kind of underground boss, isn't it? But
not exactly underground boss, and it's all over the bloody internet.
Well, no, I know, but it's the kind of.
I'm pretty sure the boss. I'm pretty sure the undercover boss is Kylo Ren.
Out in the open boss, Kylo Ren.
Yeah, have you not seen that? The Saturday Night Live sketch.
Yeah, I have. Mm-hmm. It's good.
Pretty sure. There you go. There he is. There.
Yeah.
Saying hello to the masses. Yeah, and he'd be like, "Where'd you get those from?"
I think people know
in the shop.
I think people know who he is.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I'm wondering why he's.
Oh, he's outside the barbers are just over there.
All right.
The guy in the back's like, "Who's that?"
He's a fine looking man, Bob, isn't he? Fine looking man.
So the guy beside him there, the guy saying hi to the other guest there, he's in charge of the parks. He's got Bob Chapek's old job. Well, old job. Mm. Obviously, Bob Iger's got Chapek's old job.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, I'm sure he had a great time. I wonder if he went on any rides.
Teacups. He's mad keen for the teacups.
Teacups. Yeah. The
Star Wars Galaxy.
Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah, he probably got the
straight to the front of the queue.
I was going to say he probably got straight on Rise of the Resistance.
Yeah,
never been on it.
Bloody favoritism.
I was going to go on it the next day after what happened, and obviously didn't.
The next day, all right, you were supposed to. Right?
I was supposed to. That was the plan, but didn't. Let's talk trailers.
Whoa! By the way, what a bumper trailer week we've had.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Let me just turn this down a wee bit. Actually, I need to stop sharing and share the audio. Share system audio.
Share the audio?
We're back.
All right. Are you? Does it, I suppose?
Salah voiceover.
Salah's back.
The Glasgow here.
Glasgow. Yeah.
Glasgow.
Been there.
Yeah. So this is them. They're finding the that time thing that they found in Greece.
Right.
The Akathiliath or
It's easy for you to say.
So this is called the Dial of Destiny. So Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. So they're still keeping with the garbage subtitles, which is good.
Oh my god, it's a terrible title, isn't it?
So
the
bad.
Dial of Destiny.
The Dial of Destiny.
Can I come up with something better than that?
So this is that's young Indy meeting Nazis, and that's him de-aged.
Is Mags playing
the plane thing there?
Is Mags playing a younger version of
Belloc?
Not Belloc. The Nazi.
Oh, I don't know. Oh, Todd.
It's quite kind of the young stuff looks terrific, doesn't it?
Yeah. I mean, the trailer looks great. The trailer looks like it's a Steven Spielberg movie.
Yeah, it looks amazing. It looks absolutely stunning. I cannot wait for this. I absolutely can't wait for it.
So,
I'll tell you what, it sounds like it's about a bit, doesn't he?
He does.
Phoebe Waller-Bridge looks nice in it as well. I mean, it's just perfect, isn't it?
Yeah. James saying the title was Thieves of Time until a few weeks ago.
Do you know, I prefer that title.
Better. Yeah.
That is better, I agree. That's definitely better.
So you heard the rumours about this? You heard the rumours?
So let me think. Not sure.
Okay. So the original...
Just between you and I?
Just between you, me, and James, obviously.
And James, yeah.
So the rumour is that they're going to use the Dial of Destiny to go back in time and change a few events in the past.
Right, okay.
So it's a time Strap in, folks. It's a time travel episode.
Oh no.
So it's going to be a time travel episode, but the idea would be that young Indy, old Indy, whatever it is,
I like it.
they basically fizzle out, and Phoebe Waller-Bridges then takes over as Indiana Jones.
Oh, that's a rumor.
That's the rumor.
I'm not sure about that. Why did Disney constantly want to make their main characters female?
Don't know.
It's constant.
Also, I just want to point out we actually have a female Indiana Jones. She's called Lara Croft, and she's made some very nice movies.
Yeah,
There was two movies with Angelina Jolie, and then there was Alicia Vikander as well.
Yeah, but
all of them were good.
It no longer becomes Indiana Jones.
I know, but that's the thing. Get your,
You know,
just I don't understand.
And those Lara Croft movies were good. I agree.
Sounds to me like the plot of Back to the Future. Yes, it is kind of. You're right. Yeah, it's very similar to Back to the Future too.
I like the idea of it because it gives you the nostalgia factor, and I love that. I love the nostalgia factor.
Yeah,
you know, and you revisit because remember they were wanting to do that with Star Wars as well. When the Force Awakens, there was some storyboards where Rey, her visions took her back to the Empire Strikes Back fight scene between Vader and Luke, and seeing it from a different angle, right?
Okay,
which would have been pretty cool, I think, but they never did it.
There is the space between worlds or something in Rebels, I think. Ahsoka goes in there, and then she gets. I think she can do some time travel through there.
There is a little bit of that, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So there is time travel in canon in Star Wars already. So
yeah, the minute you had a time travel element to anything, though,
your eyes glaze over.
It's
Back to the Future.
Well, no, it just means it's so open to plot holes.
You
know, it's the minute.
Yeah, that's the problem with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because they break the cardinal rule is just you're going back in time, but you're creating another split from that. Like that's the whole point of them. That's why I kind of like the MCU's explanation of it is the multiverse is that you've now created an alternate timeline, a different strand, and that makes more sense than saying, oh, if you change this, then our future will be better. It's like no, our future will be the same because that strand will continue, but you've created an alternative one, so that's going to be different.
Yeah, I like that too.
Yeah.
I think it looks great though. I'm all in, and I love me some Phoebe Waller-Bridger.
I think she's great as well.
Yeah.
I don't mind Indiana Jones. Like I don't mind the idea of keeping it. Obviously, Harrison Ford cannot continue as Indiana Jones because he's getting on in a while and in age, and you do need someone younger. I don't mind who it is, but just I don't know. I've got a funny feeling they're going to start erasing things, and then
but if it's going to be a female
doing stuff,
just make your own. Make your own character then. Clarissa,
I've been through this.
Smith,
Diana Jones.
Aye, whatever. Make your own character. Don't steal. It's the same thing with James Bond, And Indiana Jones was always meant to be a kind of James Bond type character anyway, wasn't he?
Because Steven Spielberg said, I want to direct a James Bond movie.
Mm-hmm.
And George Lucas said, I've got something better.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. It looks great, though.
It does look good. Yeah.
I'm all in.
Yeah. And Glasgow looked great as well.
Yeah, fantastic.
This dropped.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Admiral Ravenwood?
Quite a while.
Oh, that might be interesting. Well, everything sounds interesting though until they make it, doesn't it?
Do you know what the name of the ship is?
No.
It's the Bowie.
Is it?
Yep. I love this.
So did I. The humour in this Guardians of the Galaxy 3, obviously. The humour in James Gunn's mind is just off the scale, isn't it? It's just so dumb.
It's the
so out there,
noise.
so wrong.
Oh, Rocket. Poor
He
wee
falls in love with a
Rocket.
weasel or something in this.
Yeah,
But like
Lila. I think
Yeah.
her name is.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on there.
Done running.
Oh, shot of nowhere.
Yeah.
Gamora's back.
Gamora? Yeah, I don't know how that would happen. No, obviously. It's not the same Gamora, though, as...
No, it's not Earth 616
before,
Gamora,
but
it's someone else.
Good they should back.
Yeah.
Be good if they could do the same with Scarlett Johansson. Well, nobody really leaves now, do they? Because of what we were talking about, the strands of time.
Yeah. That's Adam Warlock. That's, what's his face? The guy from
Aye.
We're the Millers.
Yeah. Cool. Looks great. It's a wee teaser, though.
Kill anyone. Kill a few people. Kill no people. Kill one guy, one stupid guy who no one loves. You're just making it sad.
That's great. So, 5th of May.
5th of May, yep. 5/5/23.
What, did we get a release date for Indy?
Yeah. June 30th, 2023.
Right. Oh, I can't make it.
Oh, don't say June 30th. Oh, any day but June 30th.
Can't make it.
All right. Let me illuminate you then.
Oh.
On dates that you could make it. It's a me, Mario.
It's great, man. I'm all in this as well.
Another Chris Pratt movie.
Yeah.
This looks really good.
This trailer's much better than the first one. That's for sure.
The stitching in his hat.
And again, the nostalgia factor. I'm just a sucker for it, man. This looks so good, so funny.
Okay.
Not sure if you know who I am,
Luigi,
but I'm about to rule the world.
love it.
Wow. Yay.
But there's one
Charlie
problem.
Day.
There's a human. Has a
I'm trying to
mustache.
think who that is.
Like
What was he in?
Always Sunny in
I
Philadelphia.
know every human being with a
Oh, right.
Horrible
right.
Bosses as well.
Right, okay.
First name on it. Because I don't.
Bowser is coming.
Excuse me.
Together, we
Looks great.
are going to stop that monster.
How? Look at us. We're adorable.
Oh, I got this. No.
That's cool. I love the fact they've added the platforming element into it.
Yeah.
Mario, our kids now. Get it out, get it out.
April. God, it's a great start to the year, isn't it? We've got
There you
Ant-Man
go.
3 as well in
Yeah.
February, I think.
A lot of galaxies
Great start to the year. God, we've been in the cinema every month.
all counting on us.
That's right.
No pressure.
So cinema's back then.
Certainly is. Seems to be.
Let's get Rainbow Road in it as well.
Brilliant. Fantastic. They've just got every single element. I was kind of thinking to myself, I hope they've not kind of, used every element and then they've got nothing to do in the sequel,
Yeah.
Because they've got Smash Brothers, they've got Mario Kart, they've got the platforming aspect. They don't have Mario Golf.
No.
Dr. Mario? Not got that. I suppose there's plenty of ones that
Dr.
could add
Mario.
in, but they've got the main ones, though, I would say, already.
Yeah.
Yeah, the kids are going to lap that up. Something like
This is the Transformers 7. We're on 7 of these movies. How have they made 7 of these movies, Jody?
I didn't actually think they were going to make any more, but how stupid am I? Don't
There you
answer
go.
that.
Rise of the Beasts.
Aye. That is a beast.
Yes.
Does Bumblebee, is that included in the 7 movies? Remember they did
I
a Bumblebee movie?
Don't know.
It
That
must
was
be.
with
It must be.
Hawkeye, Kate Bishop.
Yeah.
There's Bumblebee there.
Yeah. Would you go into a car that transformed like that?
No.
I
No.
don't think I would either. Especially if it did this.
Yeah, that's terrifying.
I'd have
You
a
end, up,
massive...
you end up in the frunk.
Aye. I know. Jeez, man.
Oh,
It
he's
does look
dead.
good, though, I have to say. There seems to be more of a focus on the actual cars and not the characters.
Yeah.
I'm not
Is
sure
that a
if
good thing?
I'm not sure. You always want to kind of
Kinda
humanise
Gundam.
things, don't you?
Yeah.
But then it's maybe the trailer looks like that, you know. It always amazes me, though, the special effects in these things, the amount of parts that are animated. It's just nuts. It's mind-blowing. And then you see the sort of list of all the people that have worked on it, the visual people. It's just endless, isn't it?
I mean, all of it's all CGI.
Yeah. Yeah. You could argue it's like
It's just a
80% cartoon. Yeah.
Yeah.
That just looks real. That looks awesome.
Oh, guess he's made a new friend, that guy, then.
Yeah, man. That looks cool.
So there's that one.
I'm all in for that as well. Jeez.
And then this one. Do you know the... Let me just stop the rest of these. You know the guy that does the TikToks where he's got like a handlebar mustache and he works in IKEA or whatever it is, and it's like, oh, when you worked here, and he goes into this like diatribe of him.
No.
He's in this next trailer.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that I know what you're going to show now. This looks great as well.
Show you.
This cocaine bear cocaine bear. What?
Right.
Cocaine bear.
Cocaine bear. Yeah.
I don't know where this film's come from, but it looks like a lot of fun.
Let me show you this. So
It's a true story.
This is the guy here.
Right. I don't know this guy. Anyway. Nobody can hear this, by the way.
What's that?
Nobody can hear it.
Oh, is it? Oh, there's no audio. Damn it.
No.
Sorry.
Fine. Don't worry about
It doesn't matter.
Let's
Anyway,
get back to
that's the guy anyway. And now let's present Elizabeth Banks. This is her directorial
Oh, is it?
thing.
Elizabeth Banks, who's she again?
She was Euphemia or whatever her name was in the Hunger Games. She's in Pitch Perfect.
Right.
Oh
man.
So this is based on a true story.
Yeah, but they've made up a lot of it.
Do you know who else is in this?
No.
Ray Liotta's last movie.
So it is.
I'm looking for my daughter's purse.
What a way to go out.
I know.
Brilliant.
Pick it
Looks
up.
terrific.
Something got into it. A deer, maybe.
My God.
Yeah, you hope it's a deer.
Apparently that bear ate 40 bags of cocaine and then had a heart attack and died.
What?
And the true story.
Don't eat that. Don't eat that. What kind of effect that has on?
The humour looks good.
Fucking did cocaine.
Hey,
That's
Hamilton Shanks, isn't it?
Our friend of the show.
Yeah.
There was a bear.
It's gotta
White
be the first
lines
time
don't do it.
Hey, that's inappropriate.
That's probably the first time I've seen him in a film since Solo.
You're safe. Bears can't climb trees.
Of course I can.
Oh, is that? That's the guy from
Modern Family.
Modern Family. Yeah, Jesse.
Baby. Oh shit.
Oh man,
Is that good thing that stays with the man forever?
it's amazing.
Apex predator.
It's a classic already.
Out of its mind.
Oh,
Well, I hope the film's going to be as good as the trailer.
yeah.
Man, you fucked.
What the fuck is wrong with that bear?
Shoot it, man.
That wasn't Aquafina, was it?
No.
Get higher, baby. And don't let
Oh no.
Man, this looks so cool.
Looks good.
So good.
We have such good luck in nature.
February. God, we've got a packed start to the year.
I know.
Wow. Jeez.
Uh,
That's amazing.
and then let's end it with a trailer for a TV show.
Hmm.
Let me just share this. Here we go.
Ah,
HBO.
yeah.
Another Lone Wolf and Cub.
Mm-hmm.
And who better to get for a Lone Wolf and Cub than Pedro
Yeah,
Pascal?
Yeah.
Pascal.
Mm-hmm. This is Last of Us.
I have not played this game, but I assume it's set in a
I've played it.
post-apocalyptic type
I've played it.
zombies and stuff.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
Good game. Second part was a little bit. I'm going to spoil this, but the second part 2 of the game, everyone hated because the main character, Joel,
Mhm.
gets killed at the beginning,
Okay.
which everyone's like, "What?"
It's Ellie as well,
The
isn't
main
it?
playable character. Yeah,
The
so
girl's
it's the
called
girl.
Ellie.
The
Yeah.
girl's the.
That was Nick Offerman as well.
Yep. He's good, him.
And this is from, was that
That was
Melanie Lansky?
Yeah, she was
she was in Candy
no.
recently, and she was in 2.5 Men. She played
Yes,
Rose.
that's right. And this is made by Sloan, the creators of.
This is from the creators of Chernobyl, that
Mhm.
excellent 4-part TV show.
7, is it not? Is it not 7?
That was 5.
You watched six bits and went, didn't really wrap it up
5.
at the end.
I thought it was going to a bit lacking at the end.
Yeah. Yeah, so the fact it's made by them, I think this is going to be, where could it possibly go wrong?
Exactly. Well, it's HBO Discovery, so.
So we'll get that over here on Sky Atlantic, I think.
And we'll get it on Crave.
HBO. Yeah.
I'll tune in. I'll watch it.
Yeah, me too.
Talking of watching things, shall we move on to the next section of our show? Turn to you and I say, Jody, what you watching?
Well,
Slime of Humanity.
Well, we watched. We didn't have a Friday night watch. Well, I didn't anyway. But Evelyn and Danny watched Christmas Chronicles, first one. Watched that again. Thoroughly enjoyed it.
Is that the one with Kurt Russell?
Yeah. What's your face going like that, Scrooge?
And the
hey, come on.
And the missed opportunity for a joke.
Where's your Christmas spirit? Yeah, so that was that. Me and Evelyn watched.
Still in the cabinet.
We watched
Beside the
My
cooler.
Old School, which is an Alan Cummings thing. Do you remember the story about a guy that got found out that he was in 6th year?
Aye,
He was actually
he was
a
a
32-year-old man.
Yeah.
Pretending to be a 16-year-old boy.
Yeah.
It's that.
Oh, and is Alan Cummings the
guy? Yeah.
Okay.
But it's done like a documentary, but it's animated, a lot of it, and it's really funny.
Oh, okay.
And it's the guy named himself Brandon Lee.
That's
Bruce
right,
Lee's,
I remember that, yeah.
Right? And it's so bizarre, right? Brandon Lee had been killed in a movie set accident 2 months previous, and then this guy turns up with like a Canadian accent, and he's like, "Hi, my name's Brendan Lee." Everybody's like that. This guy looks 32, and he's got the same name as Bruce Lee's son that just died 2 months ago. What the heck? So yeah, the kids suss him out completely straight away. But it's great. It's brilliant. Really bizarre. I love these kind of bizarre stories that are real. It's brilliant.
Yeah.
We also watched. Oh God, I need to see the name of it though. It is a film with Jamie Dornan in it.
Belfast.
Is it Syncopathy or something? Oh God. Jamie Dornan.
Syncopathy?
Bear with.
Syncopation?
Jamie Dornan. Dornan?
Dornan. Dornan.
And it's called Synchronic.
Was that?
And it's also got Anthony Mackie in it as well.
Oh, I
And
know him.
And they're both really good in it. And it's all about this drug. There's kind of two paramedics, and this drug's
wait,
kicking
no, I've
about.
heard of this. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
So this drug's kicking about, killing people.
Uh-huh.
And Anthony Mackie finds out he's got a brain tumor and he's only got a few months to live. So he's like,
I'm going to take it.
This drug's weird, the way that people are dying. I'm going to take it and see what it's like. And it puts them, wherever they're standing in their room or wherever they're standing when they take it, it takes them back in time to like years ago. Like, so if it's like, if they're standing just, here, it takes them back to like...
Do they have to solve a murder?
Missing person.
Oh, okay.
So it's a bit weird. We both turned to each other and went, that was okay,
Did you both turn to each other and say, we should probably get a drink of water?
Yeah, sorry.
It's from a place of concern, Jody. It's not.
Thanks.
I'm not complaining.
That's solved it.
Okay, that's good.
TV wise,
there's two things I want to talk to you about: Devil's Hour and Inside Man. So you were out last week. You finished it.
We spoke about Inside Man. We spoke about Inside Man.
You've watched all of it?
We've done that.
Okay. Devil's Hour?
Finished it. I think we spoke about that as well, did we not?
No.
Didn't we? Yeah, I enjoyed Devil's Hour. It's very clever. And I think they pulled it off pretty much.
Mm-hmm. Another multiverse thing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Spoilers.
It took I think it did take a long time to kind of... I think it's like the last episode. It kind of explained everything.
Everything explained. Yeah.
So you're kind of... It did sort of have more questions for the majority of the episodes than it had answers, and then it kind of explained everything.
Right at the end.
Yeah. But yeah, it was pretty clever. Mm-hmm. Pretty good.
And it turned out it wasn't that Gideon wasn't her son, wasn't her dad.
Spoilers.
Wasn't any of these people. He was just a nutter.
It was a... Yeah, you would never have guessed the ending. It was
I know. And if somebody had said,
like,
this is the ending, you'd be like, no, it isn't.
No. Yeah. Which you've just spoiled. Well done.
Which I have, yeah.
Well done. Without warning them either.
I know.
Without warning, just spoiled it. Sorry, James.
Now I feel bad.
This guy.
I'm sorry.
What else were we watching? Well, I suppose we should talk about Willow.
Yeah. Can I just preface it by saying this is off the back of Andor, which is, and we'll talk about this but it's going to be in my top 10 of TV shows this year. Andor. Willow won't make my top 50.
Not yet. Might get better.
I made it to the end of the first episode and I thought, this isn't going to work.
I'm halfway through the second episode. It's the tone. The tone's just all over the place.
Do you know what?
There's no consistency.
Right. So in the movie, which I don't remember because I've not seen it since I was a kid, and it was okay. I think we only ever watched it once. I don't remember watching it multiple times.
Didn't blow us away, no.
It wasn't as good as Legend.
No.
There's two babies. There's Elora and some other kid. Or no, there's one baby. There's Elora, but it was played by like twins or whatever it is. But anyway, Elora. At the end of the first episode, they basically spoil it. It's like, why not take that character through like the hero's journey throughout the show, and then at the very end, then say, "And you must be Elora." Like, why just come at the end and just basically go like, that's Willow, that's Alora, let's go. Like, it's like it doesn't feel like they're like there's no weight to it. It's just like, oh look, she was with us all along.
How much is that kid, the boy, like Val Kilmer though?
Which one? Oh, the kid that gets kidnapped within
Yeah.
10 minutes of the episode,
Yeah,
and you
yeah.
never see again.
Mm-hmm.
Aye, yeah, he's quite.
And what's with the the LGBTQ thing
I don't know,
again?
'Cause
Doesn't seem to be
that's-
ramming that down our throats these
I
days. Which is great, I suppose, if you're in that community. But it just
Yeah.
feels as if it's done for no particular reason
I-
other than adding it in.
it
doesn't
doesn't
add
drive
to
this.
plot,
Doesn't
doesn't
drive the
drive
story. Yeah.
It's just they just keep doing it for
Yeah.
no apparent reason other than going, "Hey guys, we're right on."
There was
And
just
that's cool,
to remind everyone, there was an LGBT story point in Andor, which was not laboured.
It wasn't. You're right. It wasn't in your face.
It was just.
and it,
It was.
why-
It was as. It's a romantic. It was a couple who are trying to make their way in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah. Doesn't matter.
It wasn't crowbarred into
orientation
it for no reason.
Yeah.
I just don't get it. Why they keep doing that for no good reason.
I know, but the other thing is, I think as well, these things, like I was going to make. Sorry, I was going to lost my point there. It was subtle, and it was these two are obviously in a relationship in Andor. These two are obviously in a relationship. You guys know that. We know that. We're all happy about it.
Fine.
And you could have done the exact same thing in Willow,
and
it would have been fine.
Yeah.
But it's this whole, I don't know. It's the same thing. Like, I don't know. I find that all of this stuff detracts from it. Like, you don't need to. Like, I always liked movies where they cut away when it got to the sex scene.
Aye, right.
I did. I always thought it was like just a nice wee bit of kind of mystique.
I didn't. I used to pause it, rewind it, in case I missed it.
All right. Moving along swiftly. Yeah, I didn't. I finished episode 1 and like, oh man, there's another episode to go of this. I don't know if I can do it. And I gave up.
That's bad, isn't it?
I gave up on it, and I'm like, I don't know. Do you know what the problem is as well? Is I find a lot of these kind of things, they have nothing to say. And so what they do is they end up just doing these endless B-roll shots of people riding horses along mountains.
Yeah.
It's like, what are you doing? I get it. Like, there was a case in point, again, going back to Andor, because that's all I could think of when I was watching this was, there's a bit in it where they're trekking over, and it's just this endless, like, they're walking and walking and walking with their horses, and they're not doing anything. And then they cut to them in a close-up, and they're doing that kind of thing where they're obviously not sitting on a horse, they're just going like that.
We could do that.
Yeah, we could do that.
We could do a podcast on a horse.
Exactly, could do, yeah. And they're just sitting there going like, yeah, so we're doing this and that. And the next thing, oh, no, we're being attacked.
Oh, horsey.
And then that's the dialogue. Is basically like, well, you shut up. No, you shut up. No, you suck. And oh, we're being attacked.
Yeah.
And they could have done that and cut out 5 minutes of the show. They didn't need to have that.
Yeah. Anyway.
And yet when Andor was doing it, when they were walking up the hill, they were talking to each other. I know we talk about the walking and talking thing, but still, it's like, fill it with, like, the establishing shot is 2 seconds. It's not 5 minutes of wandering about with horses.
Yeah.
Anyhow,
let's not dwell on something that we don't like.
Impressed.
There's no point.
I was not impressed.
We're both not impressed.
No.
Do you know? Just I know I've said.
let's not talk about it again. But
it's got the unfortunate position where it's just come on after Andor as well.
Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah,
which is everything about is class, and this just is like not.
I know it's follow that.
Aye, yeah. So anyway, talking of classy films, we watched Troll.
Oh dear God!
Which is a mixture of, by the way, number 1 in the UK films today. It's a Norwegian sort of British language in it as well, mostly Norwegian, and it's about a troll and how a mining thing disturbs it and makes it come alive.
Oh yeah.
It's
Is that
actually
on
really,
Netflix?
it's actually really good. It's quite Spielbergish and kind of
That's
Jurassic
on Netflix.
Parkish.
Yeah. I think it's
Huh?
like number two over here. I think.
It's number 1 here.
But the problem is that there's very little content on Netflix that's worth watching, so people
Yeah.
just
But
watch
you know what?
anything. Yeah, Troll.
It was pretty good. Right.
Number one in TV shows is Wednesday.
Yeah, I think we're pretty much the same here. But yeah, pretty good. I totally recommend it. And I think, apart from the odd bits and bobs that we've started watching a thing called.
Have you finished Wednesday?
No, I've not finished it. I'm only like, I think I've not watched it any further than last week. I know you blasted it, but
I did.
I'm not. The other one was Black Summer. You heard of this?
No.
It's a kind of zombie thing, which we were almost, when we realised it was a zombie thing, I was like, don't know. But it's actually pretty good. It's like
TV series.
it's like little small moments of when this is all kicking off, right? So you're really kind of, it's like, you know, Signs, the movie Signs, when it's
Mhm.
like all about the people's experience and what's happened, you know, what happens to them. And it doesn't really, it focuses on the people and the situation rather than, you know, the bigger picture of what's happening.
Do you know the production company is for that show?
What?
The Asylum.
Right?
You know the company that makes all the knockoff ones like Gobilla
Is it really?
versus
No
versus Jong, that kind of
Oh,
stuff.
really? All right.
Yeah.
I get it, because I think I get the impression it's a little bit Walking Deadish, but it really focuses more on the kind of the relationships that are happening and what people, how different people
Sharknado.
react and how they treat each other in that situation. You know.
Okay.
So yeah, pretty good.
Okay.
We just started one as well. It's a Stephen King thing on Apple TV. Can't remember the name of it though. Wait a minute now. Lizzie's story. It's called
Mhm.
Lizzie. And it's all about an author, because he likes to write about authors, because he is one.
Yep.
Write about, you know, Stephen.
Yep.
And this author is like a big deal, like Stephen King is, and he gets assassinated by a guy that thinks that he's ripped off his material.
Oh,
But
okay.
there's a kind of, he's left clues.
So Stephen King's writing about the Duffer Brothers then.
Aye. So he's left clues. He's left clues around, but I'm not sure what the clues are for yet, unless I fell asleep, blacked out a bit, which could have happened.
Yeah.
Seems pretty interesting.
All right. Okay. Cool. Have you seen Stephen King and George R. Martin were on stage, and they were this is probably years ago. I don't know, but George R. Martin was like, "How do you write so much?"
Oh yeah, interviewing each other.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And he said, "Oh, I sit down and I write 6 pages a day, minimum 6 pages a day. So that's a good day's 6 pages."
I thought he was going to ask him, how do you finish a book? George R. Did that ever come out, the last
Song of
Game of
Fire and Ice?
Thrones?
I don't know what it was.
Did the book
I don't
ever
know.
come out, the last one?
I don't know. There's dragons in it. Not interested. Which is another reason why I'm not looking forward to Willows, because at some point there's gonna be a dragon in it.
Hey, listen, Game of Thrones is fantastic, and House of Dragon is utterly brilliant. One of the best first seasons I've ever seen.
Utterly brilliant.
TV.
Okay.
Yes, that's my review.
Well, I finished Wednesday. Thoroughly loved it. Thought it was great. There you go. Don't have anything else to say. Go watch it.
I need to finish it.
It's the best thing in Netflix right now.
Oh, good.
It's the only thing on Netflix right now.
Excellent.
Watched Willow, and I finished watching The Peripheral, which ended. 8 episodes. There you go. That's your lot.
You got through it? You
Got
finally
through
got through it? All
Finally
right.
got through it.
Okay. Verdict.
I would like to think of it as a thinking man's Westworld, but
A thinking man's Westworld.
but it is so far removed from. It's not. It's like Westworld been dumbed down for like, and this bit goes in here.
It's a dumbed down version of Westworld.
Yeah,
Then. Okay.
it's I don't know. It's not. It just isn't. It's
Good.
not great. It's not
Right.
great, and it's not the fact that it's badly acted or it's badly written. There's just something that's just not. It feels like someone's reading a novel to me. It feels like an audiobook or a radio drama. Yeah, it feels more like a radio drama than anything
It
else.
started off quite well, though. I mean, I've
Yeah.
not revisited it since episode 3, I think.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty far back. I don't know
Is
if I
it
will. I'll be honest with
Episode 7's good. Like I get fed up with it on episode 5. 6 came out, I didn't bother watching it, and then 7 came out, and I was like, all right, I better go back and watch it. And I watched 6 and 7 back to back, and that helped a bit watching it back to back. And then 8 was good as well.
Yeah,
but then it ended. So yeah,
everything's got to end sometime.
I know it's true. And then movies this week, we went back in time. I tell you,
Like it.
yesterday. Well, you're not gonna like this one.
Oh god.
Yesterday,
yourself.
I don't know. Yesterday we watched The Rundown, which you probably are like, I've never even heard of that. It's called Welcome to the Jungle in the UK. With The Rock, Dwayne The Rock Johnson and Sean Stifler.
Right.
Sean William Scott.
I think I've seen that.
And Rosario Dawson as well, isn't it?
Right.
And Chris Walker's in it as well.
Right. I think I've seen it.
It's okay. It's trying to be an 80s action movie. Oh, Arnold Schwarzenegger makes a bizarre cameo within the first 2 minutes.
Oh, I think
which I've forgotten about.
Yeah.
It's which is the kind of thing, nod with a wink and all that kind of stuff to 80s action movies. The problem is it's PG-13. So it can't be an 80s action movie. Because 80s action movies have to be 18. So yeah, not so good. What was good though was we watched Blade again this week, because Blade is now on Netflix. The trilogy of
Wesley Snipes.
Yes, Wesley Snipes version of Blade.
Guillermo del Toro movies, were they not?
No.
Or did he just do the third one?
I think he might have done the third one. I don't know who did.
Guillermo del Toro.
Yeah. Don't do that, Guillermo.
It's taken me a long time to get his name right, and I still can't quite get it.
Stephen Norrington.
Yeah?
Stephen Norrington. There you go. He directed The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Oh, I like that film. With Sean Connery in it.
Yeah, Stephen Canary. That's actually a good movie. We actually toyed with watching that one, or The Rundown. So if we'd done that, we would have had a bit of a Steve Norrington festival.
Not many people can say that.
Not even Steve Norrington.
Jesus.
Anyway.
Wow.
And that's it. That's all I watched this week. It was very, very poor on television watching. I've been busy this week, so.
Oh dear. And not much quality going on either.
And not much quality at all, no. But c'est la vie, as they say in
France.
90s dance bands from Ireland.
Yeah, that.
What do you like? If you liked this, don't forget to hit the old like button and share as well. Comment below as well. Are you looking forward to any of these movies that we talked about? Indiana Jones, Cocaine Bear, Transformers, all of these movies. Which one are you looking forward to the most? Let us know in the comments below. And if you liked what you saw and you want more of this, then don't forget to hit the old subscribe button, notification bell, and it will give you a timely reminder of when we put up a new video. If you're listening to this in the podcast, go to superkellybros.com, and there's an RSS link there, and you can get the audio version of this as well, which we never advertise as much because we are always on YouTube these days. But thank you very much for watching, and we will catch you in the next show. Bye-bye.
Thanks, guys.